YouTube and my YouTube family and friends and all that stuff. All right, let me get going. Had some questions about sound clips. Everybody want to hear how the SLP mid pipe sound on the car. All right, just a little hit on it. Seatbelt. The exhaust, it is throaty. At no means is it quiet. I mean, you don't get a loudmouth exhaust and expect it to be quiet. All right, I can kind of cruise and die out a little bit, but I mean, you're gonna see that. I mean, yes, it is throaty. Just gotta figure out where I want to eat at before I go to work. I think I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get on the interstate and eat somewhere close to work instead of where I live at. Traffic, it's around 2:30 right now. Well, almost 2 o'clock. So traffic is starting to pick up, and it's summer, so school's out. So you got not only the people that daily commute, you got all the people that usually in school that drive out here on the road also. The exhaust did keep the valves, the active exhaust valves, I did keep those. Helps out a lot. Couple pops for you. It's like sky blue Mustang season. It's like 4 that I see on like almost a daily. So while I'm sitting here at the light and really can't do anything, let's talk about this Dodge Charger wide body Hellcat. My views is I'm really not too happy about it. Reason why I say I'm not really too happy about it, I mean, I was kind of hoping that we'll get like a red-eye version. If we got a red-eye version, then I was gonna more likely get a FA green one, and of course I was gonna do my red and stuff on it. But I was definitely hoping to. It wouldn't be immediately. Right now I'm in the process of buying another house, moving, going that route. As you can probably hear, I got the windows down, so you got like wind blowing and all that stuff. But about to get on the interstate. It should be a good, nice little clip. Once I get on the interstate and get going, I'll roll the windows up. I'll let you kind of hear what it looks like, not what it looks like, but what it sounds like with the windows up. Of course, I'm not playing any music because it's about the sound clips and not about the sound system. It might be another video for later on down the line. But back to that wide body Dodge Charger. I was expecting somewhere close to 800 horsepower. You know, do something on 800 horsepower. I was planning on doing that. I was gonna have like sort of like a drag pack set up for it, but for around town, like everyday use, I was thinking about doing a set of like forged 22s, 22 by 11s up front, probably 22 by 12.5 in the back. It was like a 335 around back. I was looking at something like that, you know, but the way it turned out, it's only 707 horsepower, and I'm not for sure if the red eye rods and pistons are the same as the Hellcat. I'm thinking they're upgraded, and that's the reason why I was looking at that. Plus, if I got the Hellcat one, just the base model, then I would have to look into going to a 4.5 Whipple setup, which I want to have something that's like something that's got the stock superchargers. Windows up. I know it's probably like windy as can be, but windows up, you hardly even hear the exhaust, you know. And then cruising on the interstate, I'm dropping down, kind of got over the speed limit a little bit, not much, like 5-10 miles per hour. So once we drop to like cruising speeds, past these tractor trailers, now you can see cars jumping behind me because tractor trailers, I can't stand them. Speed limit 70, for them it's 65, and they usually do 55 in this area. I mean, it's like little hills and stuff like that, so I kind of understand, but they being all the way in every lane, you know. Stick to the inner tube. But it's not bad. Kind of glad I did it. You put it in sport mode, of course the exhaust valves open up sooner, so you kind of riding in them the whole time. You get that. One of my videos, somebody said something about the drone. I mean, really don't know this drone. I hear the exhaust. You don't buy a V8 car that'll burn 180 miles per hour and not want to hear the exhaust. You know, it don't make sense to me. So that's my take on that. And maybe this video is not for everybody, but just to let everybody know, so a little recap. I got the SLP mid pipes. It comes from 2011 to 2014 SRT models. All right, it's a 3-inch X pipe setup, and it has the SLP resonators. I don't have the factory resonators or the factory mufflers on it, but I do have SLP resonators. My exhaust tips, as you see in my last video, I have the quad tip exhaust tips. They're 3-inch in and dual 4-inch out on each tip, so it's quad tips. So it's 4 4-inch tips, 2 3-inch inlets. I like the exhaust. I got my headers, just haven't put them on because like trying to do like the flex fuel commander, so I can run pump E85 instead of having to buy the can E85 and switch it to my E85 map. I can just run that and not have to worry about the mapping because it will reset itself. And then Other than that, I want to switch from the Diablo to the HP tuner. So those are things I'm working with for the end of this year to be installed beginning of next year. Hate to say it, my buying of the house slowed down a lot of things. Plus, I got a motorcycle I gotta get out of the shop. On top of that, you know, I got my Trans Am in the shop. It's about ready. I gotta order the new fuel rails because the old fast fuel rails that I had, they do not match up to the Generation 2 intake. So it's either buy adapters or whole new fuel rails. I'm probably just gonna buy a whole new fuel rails because that motor that I took out of that car, I would like to get it reconditioned and put it in one of my little BMWs, so I can autocross it and stuff like that. Little 3 Series 4-door, good 480 to the wheel, be lovely, you know. Wouldn't have to rely on boost or anything. Plus, I can close course it, you know, have it set up for that too. But yeah, just got off the interstate. We're running about 45 miles per hour right now, and yeah, I got a little bit more drag on the car because I got the wicker build and then I got the 22s on it. But I mean, doesn't sound bad. It don't drown you out. I can hear myself talking, and usually when I got somebody in the car, I can hear them talking. I can't say anything about the rear because I don't like having rear backseat passengers unless I really have to. So, but of course, if you get on it, you hear it. Other mods I have for my car is the BBK 90mm intake. I got the JLT Hellcat Coder intake, and then the airlets. Other than tuner, it's just basically the basics, what everybody does. You know, I didn't go real wild or anything. Oh, ported intake. Got the ported intake. Bad thing about the ported intake is I planned on going nitrous later on down the line, and I'm gonna have to replace it. So the ported intake's gonna have to be sold because it's too thin. It won't be able to hold the pressure, and I'll lose my intake, blowing it to pieces. And rather than blowing to pieces, I just go ahead and get another stock one and start over again. Shouldn't cost me much. You can usually find them on eBay and stuff like that. People getting rid of them. But almost to my destination, and that's basically it. I mean, not much to really talk about the exhaust. I mean, if you go on my Instagram, which is F8_Hulk, I got a couple of sound clips of it sitting still and me revving it up. You know, I got those. I just didn't really have a lot of the driving and stuff because it takes a lot. You know, you got to set up the camera and all that stuff. You got to fight traffic. You know, you just can't get in and zoom. It's not a real big city where I work at and stuff like that, but it's a college town, industrial town, and there's a lot of stuff going on a lot of times. It's not like Nashville, you know. When I'm at Nashville, it's like stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Even on the interstate, it don't matter what time of day, you're gonna get stuck in the interstate, on the interstate somewhere. But I always get a lot of compliments on the sound of the car, and I mean,